Just because God is silent doesn't mean he is absent. There are moments in life when heaven feels quiet, when the noise of your storm drowns out any trace of hope, and you wonder, where is God in all of this? But I'm here to tell you something, and I want you to let this truth sink deep into your spirit. God's silence is not God's absence. In fact, it is often in the silence that God is doing his deepest, most intentional work. You see, we live in a world addicted to evidence. We want signs, confirmations, texts, emails, instant proof that something is happening. But faith doesn't operate on evidence. Faith operates in trust. And sometimes God will intentionally withhold visible signs to develop your internal stability, because if you need a sign to believe, then you don't really believe. But when you can't see anything and still declare, I know God is working on my behalf, that's when faith matures. When the farmer plants a seed, the ground goes quiet, the seed disappears beneath the soil, there is no sound. There is no movement, no applause, no spotlight, and yet in the darkness, in the pressure, in the soil, the miracle begins. The roots dig deep before the plant ever grows tall. God is often doing his most important work beneath the surface of your life, in the silence, when no one else can see what's going on. Some of you are in that soil season. You feel buried, you feel unseen, but you are not buried to die. You are planted to grow. And even if you feel like nothing is moving, God is building something in you that can withstand the weight of what you've been praying for. He's preparing you in the dark for what he's about to reveal in the light. His silence isn't a punishment, it's a setup. Because God is not a God who wastes time. Every quiet day, every still moment, every unanswered prayer is a thread in the tapestry of your destiny. Let me tell you something else. God doesn't operate on panic. He doesn't respond to emotional outbursts. He is not driven by urgency, he is driven by purpose. When you think he should have already come through, he's actually arriving exactly when the moment calls for his glory. Delay is not denial, it is divine choreography. Your story is part of a bigger picture, and while you are focused on this chapter, God has already written the ending. He's aligning people, shifting hearts, moving circumstances you don't even know about yet. Just because the phone isn't ringing doesn't mean the call isn't coming. Just because the door is closed doesn't mean it won't swing open when the time is right. God is working quietly, strategically, and masterfully on your behalf. And don't you dare misinterpret the silence. Don't you let the enemy convince you that you're forgotten. Heaven has not gone deaf to your cries. Every tear you've cried is recorded. Every midnight prayer is heard. You may not hear thunder or see lightning, but make no mistake, God is moving. And when he moves, everything will shift at once. Suddenly, out of nowhere, doors will open, favor will find you, opportunities will chase you down, not because of your perfection, but because of his plan. Now, listen, faith is not just belief, it is the ability to persist when nothing around you supports your hope. The world may call you crazy, friends may walk away, circumstances may scream defeat. But if you will hold fast in the silence, if you will keep walking when you hear nothing, you will reach the place God has already prepared for you. Because God is not figuring it out, he's already worked it out. You're not waiting on him to begin, he's already ahead of you, setting the table in the presence of your enemies. So in the silence, stand, in the stillness, trust, in the darkness, believe, because even when you can't trace his hand, you can trust his heart. You've been praying, waiting, fasting, and believing. You've been standing in faith, watching the clock tick as the days roll into months and the months into years. You've been asking yourself, why hasn't it happened yet? You've done all you know how to do, and still the breakthrough hasn't come. But let me speak to that place in you that's grown tired, to that voice in your head that says it's taking too long. Listen carefully. Divine delays are not denials, they are strategic setups. The very thing you think is being withheld from you is actually being refined for you. Not only is God preparing the blessing, but He's preparing you to carry it. When the vision tarries, when the promise lingers, it's easy to assume that something's gone wrong. But often, it's in the delay where God does His most precise work. You don't build a skyscraper overnight. You don't forge gold without fire. And you don't develop destiny without pressure, process, and time. God is not slow. He's deliberate. What feels like a setback is actually a setup in disguise. You might be in a holding pattern, but it's not to frustrate you. It's to fortify you. You are being calibrated for impact. When you try to force something before its time, you birth frustration instead of fruit. There is a reason why some doors take longer to open. There is a reason why some relationships don't click right away. And there is a reason why some dreams don't manifest the moment you conceive them. Because everything that has weight must first be made strong enough to hold. If you receive too much too soon, what was meant to bless you will break you. You see, every delay God allows is wrapped in intention. It may be uncomfortable, but it is never wasted. That detour, it protected you from a danger you didn't see. That rejection, it saved you from settling too low. That delay, it allowed something inside of you to grow. God knows exactly what you need when you need it, and how much you can handle at every stage. He's not just giving you things, He's developing in you the capacity to keep them. Think for a moment. How many times did you want something, only to realize later that it would have been a disaster if you got it back then? God sees the entire map. You're just looking at the next step. While you're crying over a closed door, He's unlocking one with your name on it. While you're praying for a quick fix, He's preparing a permanent solution, and when the timing is right, nothing in hell or on earth can stop it from reaching you. There's something powerful that happens when you learn to trust divine timing. You stop striving and start walking in peace. You stop comparing your journey with someone else's and begin to understand. Your path is unique because your purpose is specific. Delay doesn't mean you've lost your chance. It means your moment hasn't arrived yet. And when it does, when that Kairos moment unfolds, you won't have to push it open. The door will swing wide because God will have already paved the way. Now, don't misunderstand me. Just because God is setting you up doesn't mean you sit down. Preparation is part of participation. While God is working it out, you keep showing up. You stay faithful. You keep sharpening your gift. You keep building, writing, learning, praying, stretching, because when that opportunity finally breaks through, you won't have time to get ready. You'll need to be ready, and that's the beauty of divine delay. It transforms the dreamer into a steward. It develops character before success. It teaches patience before promotion, so don't despise the wait. Don't curse the process. Embrace the delay as a signal that something bigger is being set into motion. The longer the runway, the greater the launch. So if you're in a season of delay, hold on. God is not holding out on you. He's holding something for you. He's not trying to punish you, He's positioning you. He's lining things up that you couldn't align on your own. He's orchestrating outcomes that no amount of hustle could manufacture. And when it all comes together, when it finally unfolds, you'll realize He didn't take too long. He took just enough time to make it right. So now you know, whether He is silent or taking His time, God is working on your behalf. In the silence, He's shaping you. In the delay, He's aligning things in your favor. What you thought was a setback is a setup. What you mistook as rejection was redirection. Don't lose heart. Don't give up in the waiting. Don't let the noise of doubt drown out the truth of who your God is. He's never late. He's never idle. He's never unintentional. Every moment has meaning. Every step has purpose. And every trial is building the strength for your triumph. Your story is not over. It's unfolding. Keep walking. Keep trusting, keep believing, because when the dust settles and the miracle manifests, you'll look back and say, He was working all along. Hold your head high. Stay the course, because God is still right now working on your behalf.